morning, everyone. How are we all this morning? I know it's a little bit later than what we normally have again, but my kids were having a sleepover at youth group last night and big Nerf wars and movies and all sorts of stuff, so I had to go and pick them up, hence the little bit of a later time. Let me get myself set up. Hi Joe, how are you? Just let me get my other page refreshed and off we go. I think I'm probably back to front still, and I noticed you can see a lot more of my junk behind me. When I updated my app, I noticed that there's a landscape and a portrait now. It used to be all square, but now it's long, so there's more of my, maybe if I stick my arms out you won't see all my rubbish behind me. It's not rubbish, it's cards. I did shuffles and stuff. We had a conversation somewhere about all the, stuff in your background, and you should be aware of it. You know what I need? I need a fake thing behind me, like a canvas print or photo of something, a really big one of somebody's really pretty craft room where all their inks are all, color coordinated and stuff like that. That would be really cool, wouldn't it? Just enough to hide all my stuff behind me. Hey Fiona, how you going? I'm just getting myself set up here. Make sure I've got everything working properly. We are going to make a slider card with the Everyday Heroes set. And I have to say, you guys, my last video, last week's one with the, now my thing's not working, my watercolouring, the pencils, oh my goodness, you guys, I've had over 2,000 views on that video. That's just amazing. So thank you so much for that. Oh, now I can't find my own video. Hang on a moment. Let's see if we can go up. Oh, there I am. Cool. Oh, and there's the comments. Hey Kim, good morning. Oh, these little laptops are no good without a mouse. Okay, awesome. We are working, I think. I've got all my comments that I can see. Fantastic. Okay, yes, so we are making a slider card. And this is it. It's going to be back to front. Sorry, I shouldn't have updated my app. But when you pull, I need to write the word pull or something on there so people know what to do with it. When you pull, she flies across. So she's a little bit fun. I had a different card in mind, but I couldn't get it to work, so I'm going to have to play with the one that I did have in my mind, but this is the one that I ended up coming up with, so which I think is pretty cute. So that's what we're going to be making today. Now, I do have another giveaway, and this week's giveaway is a Wink of Stella in clear. So I have one of them to give away. So all you have to do is chat with me. So just comment, and then my program that I used last week worked really well. So I'll use that program again. So, and the more you comment, the more chances that you've got to be randomly drawn out of all the comments. So it just picks somebody randomly, which is pretty awesome. So that's my giveaway. And we shall get started. I think we'll flip us around and we shall get going. How about that? Yay! Okay, let me swing you around. Good morning, Tracy. I'm just swinging us around. There we go. Oh, she's not gonna. Oh, there we go. One of the little joints. Zoom in slightly. There we go, just so that you can't see all sorts of stuff going on in the background. There we are. So this is the Everyday Hero. Let me get myself seated again. Okay, so Everyday Hero is what we are going to be playing with today. I'll try and get rid of some of that glare so you can see it. It is super, super cute, and I haven't got my catalogue with me. Why do I never bring my catalogues into my room with me? They're always sitting out somewhere else. When I saw the card in the catalogue, I just knew that it sold me. It absolutely sold me, and I knew that I wanted to make it. So, but I sort of did it with a little bit of a difference. So let's get started, shall we? Now, I've done a bit of pre-stuff already because I don't know how much of these tutorial things you guys actually want to see. I don't know whether you want to, I'm just going to bring that in a little bit closer again. I don't know whether you want to see the whole process or whether you want to like just see it all pieced together. I'm not 100% sure, but there will be a little bit of stamping, but I do have some stuff made. Okay, so let's work. The first thing I did when I started working with this is I've cut my Wonder Woman out, my superhero flying woman. Now, one little tip that I found with this, let me get you in the right spot. Hang on a minute, I have to stand up for this. Yay, Catherine! Okay, whoops, there we go. One little tip when you are stamping her, this, because the body is separate, the head is separate, and the cape is separate. Now, I did have to try and stamp her a few times the first time I tried, and I don't think I've kept any of my first goes, but this cape, if you don't have it in the right angle, there's not enough room here with her head to get that going on, okay? So you'll notice in my first one, you notice in this one that the cape and the head are touching. So this cape actually needs to swing around a little bit more. So it's a little bit more on a downward angle rather than on an upward angle. Okay, so that's probably my biggest tip is to, and I couldn't figure out whether to stamp her head first or her cape first. So in this case, I did the body, the cape, and then the head. Okay, so that's my little tip for stamping her. And then she is stamped in StazOn and coloured in watercolour pencil. Okay, and then cut out. So she was super easy. Now let's move on to our piece of crushed curry, and I'll tell you the sizes in case you want to make your own. Good morning, Nicole. Good morning, Shelley. I think I said good morning, Catherine. If I didn't, apologies. Good morning. Okay, so 6.5 by 5, and it needs to be this way. Now, you know, I've got all my stuff here, but it's still cramped. Okay, crushed curry and this thing here, the spots, the ray, the beam, what would you call that? I'm not 100% sure. But what I want to do is I do want to get it lined up properly because I like everything lined up properly. So excuse my head if it happens to appear. So what I do is I've lined up, oops, sorry, my head did appear. I've lined up the dots along the line, along here, and then I'm going to line up the edge of the block along one of these straight ones. So I will be in the way. Sorry about that. Okay. Oh, that's a really good look. It looks like I had sideburns there. I was trying to avoid the camera. Okay, in crushed curry, now I will then go and put the edge of the card on the dots. So hopefully this will all work out well, and then I can just stamp. I think I'll start up here. It's a bit tricky when I'm not hovering over the top. Good morning, Tanya. Okay, and then just make sure I try and line that up again. Takes a bit of concentration, so I can't talk and stamp at the same time. I don't know if anybody else can, but I struggle, especially when I'm trying to line things up. Okay, and then I think I'll just swing that around and stamp it again. Now this one's a little bit different because it sort of doesn't, it'll overlap if you do it too much. So I'm just going to bring it back a little bit further. Never mind. Most of it gets punched out anyway. So it's just a bit of a background thing going on. So if you're just joining me, my giveaway today is a wink of Stella, or if you pronounce it the wrong way and you do, what is it called? Spoonerism? It's a stink of Weller. Is that what it's called, a spoonerism, where you swap the first and the first two letters, like belly jean and coat hanger? So it's a wink of Stella, a stink of Weller. Okay, so we have that piece there. just going to stick these, I'm not going to pop them away. Now, next bit, I am using a retired item, so apologies, but I need the word window punch. Now, if you don't happen to have a word window punch, you can use a craft knife, just measure out the area that you want and have it do it that way. Or you can punch like a small circle and a small circle and then cut with your paper trimmer, or just cut it with your craft knife or something like that. So basically you just want a bit of a slot. Whoops, whoops, whoops. Okay. Please be straight. And in the middle-ish. It'll work, right? It'll work, won't it? Do you think that was going to work? Have I lined it up properly? Let's have a crack anyway. Oh man, that's pretty good. I think I only did one. Cool. Okay, now the next step is to grab a piece of scrap cardstock you have lying around, and I have oodles. Actually, that's probably a bit big. This little piece here. I have oodles, and we just want to get a circle punch. Now this is a 3/4 one, but any small circle is going to be fine, and that's going to pop behind there. Actually, we'll just have it on there at the moment like that. Okay, next step is to take a dimensional. You guys have probably seen these being made before anyway, but anyway, in case you haven't, we've got a dimensional going on, and we just want to pop that. See, it's the perfect width for the dimensional. That's the thing, the word punch. So if you are using a craft knife to do this, just make sure that that width there is like, just measure however the dimensional is, and use a craft knife to just cut out a little bit of a groove going on there. Yes, okay, and now we've got our Wonder Woman, our Supergirl, and we are going to peel off that backing and pop her on top. So you want her flying, so we'll give her an angle where she's not upright, she's flying. Okay, so we've got that going on. Okay, and I should have popped her over a little bit because I can see a bit of my circle, but that's okay. We're not going to get too fast. Okay, the next step is we want a slider action going on, and this is 10.5 by 2. Okay, and then I want to put some adhesive on here when I can find my adhesive. So we just want to pop a bit going on there, and we're going to stick that, make sure she's in her same spot, and pop that on the back of there. Okay, and that gives us, that covers this area nicely. You could stamp that too if you wanted to. Hi Mary, thanks for joining. So we've got that going on now. You know I'm going to have to get in with some scissors or something and get rid of that because that's going to annoy me. So we've got that, and that's going to give us our sliding action. But the thing is I like to have that covered, otherwise you're going to see the white cardstock underneath, and when you pull her on this side, you're going to see the white cardstock underneath there. So what I'm going to do is I've got another piece of crushed curry, and I'm going to stick that over the panel at the back here, just so that I can hide all my workings. And you want to put it close to the edge so that you're not interfering with that pull tab. Okay, and then that's just going to stick straight over the top. If I can get it going on. Okay, so we've got that, and then we've got that happening. Now, right, I was going to say, you know, something always goes wrong. No, it hasn't gone wrong, it's worked, yay. So there we have our action going on. How cool is that? So she's a little slidey thing. Now, we can put her aside, and now we can come to the rest of the little components of the card. So we've got real red, and this is going to be in the top layer. So we've got this by 2.5 by 4 or 4.5. Didn't look properly. 4. So 2.5 by 4, and I need, there's a tiny little star in here, and I'm going to need that one. Don't lose them, okay, because they will probably be one of those little things that get lost. Okay, so we're just going to stamp our little stars over here. I think they had embossed in the original card, but I don't know, I think I was too lazy to get the embossing stuff out. So we're just going to stamp stars all around. So what are we going to chat about while I'm doing this? We chatted about school holidays last time. Okay, I need to clean that. What a mess. Clean. Right, so that panel's done, and then I'm going to do the same on my piece of blue, and this size is just a little bit different. This one is, it's still 2.5, I do believe. Yep, 2.5 by 5. Okay. Small stamps are the worst to, this one's, because my blue pad is still the old ones, so I can put a little bit more pressure on them. Although, having said that, I've just picked up all sorts of stuff. Okay, getting there. Yes, so my kids were at a youth group thing last night, and they were having a Nerf war. Now, my kids have been hanging out for this Nerf war since the last youth group at the end of school. So, since announcing that they were going to be doing this, my two boys, and I'm going to put this one away so I don't lose it, my two boys have been modifying their Nerf guns. I need that one. I'll just do that first. My two boys have been modifying their Nerf guns like crazy. Like, they've got those battery operated Nerf guns, and my eldest, who is 15, has been watching all these YouTube videos about modifying Nerf guns, and I mean, he pulled apart his regular ones and took springs out and all sorts of things. If you set the reminder on your phone, you are coming. Sorry, Nicole. Whoopsie. Okay, crumb cake, and this is 9 by 3. Okay, so yes, so my son has been modifying his Nerf guns. They modified their regular ones, and then he's gone back and he's modified his battery-operated Nerf gun. He has learnt how to solder. He has learnt how to rewire things with heavier wire. He has replaced the motors in them so that they are a heavier motor. So this morning, last night, these guns are just like amazing now. They are full pelt. I personally wouldn't like to be hit by one of them. The pellets just come shooting out. Excuse me if my head's in view. Now I'm just stamping the skyline. Now I have issues with this stamp, so I know. And did you know that Nerf guns, yeah, tell him to go and watch videos on how to modify Nerf guns. I have to stamp that for a while because I had issues with it. Oh man, see? But, you know, it's taught him how to solder, it's taught him how to do all different things, but I wouldn't like to be hit by one. They are full on. Full on. But it's been good. Oh, and the Nerf guns, they stopped making a certain type of gun, and then they become a little bit popular because he's also bought some on, he wasn't been able to get some in the store down here in Kmart, so he's bought some stuff on eBay, which you apparently can't get here in Australia and all that sort of stuff. So they look after your Nerf guns. Ah, that's annoying. I wonder if I should turn it over and try again. Where's my, I don't know whether I've got one of those. Oh yeah, I do. Where is that? Where did I put that? You know those, what's those pad things called? The ones with, oh, that's it. Excuse me. This thing. I'm going to try it with this. This is what you use, isn't it? That. To stamp on. And this is so black. I made a stack of cards. I've got them to go on my blog. I've bundled them all up. They were customer cards. But Flynn was, oh, you know what? That's going to be StazOn. Hang on a moment. I needed something. I got it. My practice, I'm trying to do some lettering, so I'm going to use that. How about that? Now that's going to be dry again. See, if something doesn't go wrong, it's not me then, huh? All right. Oops, making a mess here. Stamp and pierce mat. That is exactly what I'm looking for. Let's see if that makes any difference. And I'm offsetting this too, because I want that big building there in the middle. Okay, let's try again, shall we? Oh man, I reckon there's a dip in my stamp. That's what I reckon. You know, it's probably not worth me stamping this second side. I reckon there's a dip in my stamp. Oh, well. Gotta give that a clean. It's so thick and black. Right, okay. That's just gonna have to be like that, I'm afraid. Which side's better? That one. Alright, get rid of you. Right, so that's our bottom piece. Alright, so we've got our bottom piece going on. We've got our blue piece going on. We've got our yellow piece going on. We've got this one going on. Alright, so we just need the light blue next, which is oh, that's a good idea. Touch it up with a felt pen. I might have to go back and do that. Yes. Okay, I need you, I need you, and I need you. See, this is another tricky one because I can't. They get so thick with well, I use StazOn for them, and I find it hard to see through them, unless that's just me. Kim's daughter is with us too. Awesome. Hey guys, I was saying earlier, just before everybody came in, that last video I did, oh my goodness, it had over 2,000 views. That is just like wow. So thank you guys so much for, I think it had shares on it and it was amazing. So thanks so much for that. Okay, so we're just going to stamp this, and it does go over the edge, and I sort of want it on a little bit of an angle as well. Wow. So, okay, and if you're just tuning in, my giveaway for this week is a clear Wink of Stella. So, and all you have to do is just chat with me, because I've got this awesome program. It's called WooBox, if anybody is interested in it. And you just hook it up to your Facebook, and you can go and pick a, I've got StazOn on my block. You can go and pick a random winner from the comments. So that is how I'm going to do that. So all you have to do is chat, say hello or anything. What do I need now? And you will go in the draw to win the clear Wink of Stella. Now I can't remember which one I did first. So let's just put that on. And my StazOn. I love Wink of Stella. I did a card yesterday. I'll have to show you guys. Now I never know which is the right one to stamp first on this either. So we're just going to stamp that one. Wow. And so I'll have to show you my card that I did yesterday for yesterday's blog hop. Okay, so wow and wow again. And I did this in black too. Now this one is going to line up over the top somehow, so excuse you because my head's, I think I should have stamped it around the wrong way. I think my head's going to get in the way. See, lining up is tricky. Shall we just put it down and see how we go? Oh, not too bad. I'm okay with that. I can live with that. I think this one's a little bit, that's a tricky one. All right, let me stick them on there so I don't lose them, because I do believe that all my stamping is done now. Now I've got my Pacific Point marker as well. I know, I wink of Stella. You know what? I sandboxed that. Oh, look, it is out. Anyway, doesn't mind. Don't look at it. What's that saying about a blind man would be happy to see? Let's just leave it at that. Okay, so I'm just going to colour in the wow. And like, it's not a flash colouring in or anything. It's just chuck it on. So I dare say my two will be tired today. I think they got to bed at about 1 o'clock, 1:30 or something like that. They watched a movie after they had their Nerf fight. And up nice and early. Okay, I think I've got all my bits. Did I tell you the measurement for the light blue one? It is 6.5 by 4. So, cool. Now, it's just a matter of sticking everything down. So when I was designing this, I mean, obviously I was using the catalogue as a guide, but my card is actually only 9.5 centimetres by 13. Okay, so I trimmed it down because I knew that the pull tag was going to come out. So if you wanted to still post this, you can. So, but what I did with my original card was started off with this piece here and worked out my size from that, and then measured this little piece here, how big the blue one would be, and then I sort of positioned it where I wanted it to be, and then measured those areas just so that I knew what sort of sizes to be using. I'm giving away an angry bird, Stella. Oh, is there an angry bird called Stella? I put a post up the other day, I think it was yesterday. Facebook showed me a, you know, your memories, and it had a picture of all these little Angry Birds things that my son had made when he was 10, I think it was. 4 different. Okay, so that's got to go down first, okay? Now, make sure she's still flying. She is. Now the next thing we want to do is put down the blue. But when you stick this one down, you only want adhesive on the top and the bottom, because if you stick it down the sides, you are going to stick your tab down as well. And you definitely don't want that happening. So just make sure that you've got enough room for your tab to still move, okay? Otherwise you're going to stick it down. And that will loosen up the more you play with her as well. Okay, this will work with anything as long as, whoops, hang on, I've lost my thing. As long as that first mechanism, because you need that circle behind it, and the dimensional. So as long as you can hide that, I mean, you could put a circle behind, you know, the center of the dragonfly, and cover it with a, you know, you could put a big pearl there or something to cover it all up. It would work. It would definitely work. You could have the pull tab, you know, on an angle or something, and pull it up, or if you wanted it to fly a little bit more. Okay, so wow over this side. Keep them all nicely lined up and spaced. Or try to anyway. And there's, oh, you know what? I forgot my sentiment. So I have to do that. or should I just tell you about it? Whoop, and that sounds like my husband home. There's dishes on the sink. Shh. Okay, so that is her. We'll just go back to the original card now because he'll probably come in and not realise that I'm doing a live. So here's the original one, and you can see I've just stamped You're Incredible on red, and I've popped that up with dimensionals as well. And there we have it. See, so the more you play with it, the more she becomes a little bit looser, and she'll fly a little bit better. So you just need to work that a little bit more, jiggle her around a little bit. Oh, not to the point where you're going to take it off the card though. Okay, so that is a really cool, super little card. You could do them long ways too, and have have her fly even longer. To do that, you would just stamp the you would just cut out your word window punch a couple of times just to make that groove longer, or easier if you're using a craft knife, you just cut the length that you want. So there is my card. Now I quickly did want to show you a couple of other cards that I've been working on, really ultra quickly, and I'll stay on this side so that you can not see me, and more to the point, so that these are around the right way for you. So this is the one that I did yesterday for my blog hop. It was a colour challenge, which was the sky, soft sky, peekaboo peach, smoky slate, and early espresso, which was really tricky for me. So I've put loads of Wink of Stella on there. I don't know whether that's picking it up or not, but the peach is done in the flowers on Wink of Stella, and all the stripes on here are done in Wink and Stella as well. Okay, so love Wink of Stella, and if you want one, all you have to do is just keep commenting and one will get drawn out to a random person. Now, okay, so that's that card. That was on my blog. Now, I got this super cute little card from Claire in head office, and this was just before Christmas time. I think I got it just before Christmas, and it's so pretty. Have a look at that. Such a simple little card. It's just made out of the note card. There's embossing on the background. I think she's actually used a layer of the specialty card that we had last catalogue. I can't remember what it's called now. And then just a circle of glimmer, some embossing, some silver paper. Just super cute. So that is really sweet. And another quick little card. My Hostess Club ladies, this is what they're doing, a little mini stamper stack, so they'll be getting enough cards to make 6 of these, and all the colours will be the same, just the background there will change. So they'll be getting a little mini stamper stack. And of course I have my Special Reasons class going on at the moment as well. Let me just zoom back so you can see them all. I've got them going on. These were from last week's video. And so all you have to do to earn these for free, so you'll get Fancy Frost, that's the paper. So all you have to do, you get to make 2 of each, and all you have to do is purchase the Special Reasons stamp set and framelit bundle, and also my favourite, the watercolour pencils. So if you just purchase those 3 products, you will get a celebration set for free, and you'll also get enough cardstock to make 2 of each cards with instructions. I think that's it from me today. I'll bring back our little card so you can just play with her a little bit more. My laptop keeps turning off. Oh yay, love. So have a play if you make some, and if you made some of these last week too, show me, because I've seen a couple of cards getting around and they look so pretty. Yes, we want more coloured pencils if Stampin' Up are watching. I doubt they are, but anyway. So thank you, Mary. Thank you very much. Thanks, Brenda. Yes, so there we go. I'm not going to keep you. I don't know how long I've been chatting for. I can't find a time on here anymore. So there's a few things going on my blog's probably the best place to check things out. All the information about those watercolour cards are on my blog as well. I did have this on my blog, but I didn't have the video, so I'll go back and pop the video there as well. They're all available to rewatch again if you want. And if you're looking for all my other videos, if you just hashtag, like do the hashtag symbol, and then Alisa Tilsner Live, all my live videos will show up in one place, so you don't have to go searching for them, which is cool. Okay, so I'm going to bring this in one more time as one last reminder. I will leave this open until tomorrow morning sometime, probably around the 10:30, 11. Oh, wait a minute, should be at CrossFit. Gee, I have to make a card for CrossFit too, because one of our ladies is turning 80, and I want to make her a card that has got a barbell and nice sparkly 80 on it. So how cool is that? If I can be moving as good as she is at the age of 80, I will just be woohoo. So I need to make her a quick card as well. My stupid iPad, what's going on? Oh, is that, do you know what, Nicole, if you're having a problem with your iPad, I seem to have a problem with my iPad watching these live videos all the time now. Never used to be, so now I have to bring my piddly little laptop interview to do it. Cool, excellent. Glad you like them. If there's something in particular that you would like to see, if there's a stamp that you want to get a little bit of inspiration from or something like that, just let me know. You can leave a comment and maybe win the Wink of Stella. And let me know, because then I've got some ideas of what other videos I can do. If there's a technique that you haven't seen for a little while, or one that you would like me to discover for you. Yeah, so just leave me a comment. And I am going to get going because I'm getting to the point where I'm just rambling. So thank you all so much, and we will see you next Thursday, probably back at the 10 o'clock slot. We'll just play, because it's still school holidays, we'll just have to work out exactly when we're going to do that. So, awesome. There we go. There's today's deal. Excellent. We will see you next week. So thank you very much for joining me, and have an awesome day. Bye.